Welcome to the dvm360. I'm Assistant Content Specialist Dr. Heather Biele. The U.S. Department of Education has told the AVMA's Council on Education that it needs to make changes in 14 areas in order to maintain its authority as the profession's veterinary school accreditor. The recommendations include that the Council provide adequate training for people conducting site visits, report progress on student achievement, and promptly notify the public about the decisions it makes. The Council must comply within 1 year. No decision has been made on whether the Council should continue to act in a regulatory role while it becomes compliant with the federal agency's requirements. An Oklahoma City man apparently distraught over the death of a stray cat recently made threats against the staff of Neal Veterinary Hospital. Fred William Meyer, age 68, brought a rescued cat to the clinic in an attempt to nurse it back to health. Police say that upon learning of the cat's death, Meyer phoned the hospital and said, "I'm going to take an AK-47 and shoot them." Soon after, he showed up at the hospital and continued to threaten the 40 people present. Meyer was later arrested at his home and has been banned from Neal Veterinary Hospital. Veterinary Medicine is featuring a series of instructional articles and accompanying videos on various wound management techniques with Dr. Stephen Swaim. In this excerpt, Dr. Swaim demonstrates how to prepare the donor site for harvesting strip skin grafts.
At this point, we're going to go back and to the donor area and create our grafts. To create these grafts, it's in the lower lateral thoracic area is where we're going to create the grafts. Lower lateral thoracic area has thin skin, and yet it's well-haired skin, which lends itself nicely to grafts. We'll take these grafts longitudinally with the long axis of the dog's body. Using a ruler and using a marking pen, we'll make our first line for the first line for a graft. And that's what we've done here. Now, when you're marking these out, use a skin marking pencil, or you can makeshift something. Go to your ClinPath lab, take some methylene blue, autoclave it. Then you can take a Q-tip, break that so that it's a splinter, dip that splinter in that methylene blue and use it for drawing. Main thing is, don't use a Sharpie for doing this. Sharpie is made for paper. These are made for doing skin grafts.
For more, go to dvm360.com/strip skin grafts and see the January issue of Veterinary Medicine. Coming up, management expert Brian Conrad has budget advice for new practice managers. But first, failing businesses are something that no community wants to see. However, veterinary architect Wayne Usiak says such economic fallout may provide a silver lining for veterinarians looking to upgrade their facilities.
Well, the trends that we've been seeing, first of all, are a lot more conversions. Conversions of buildings that weren't originally designed as veterinary hospitals that have become available because of the real estate crisis and the economic crisis we've been through. This has put buildings that have been very well constructed for other uses available for us to purchase and convert to veterinary use. And you get a great building shell, you get utility services, oftentimes a parking lot, a sign, landscaping, at a fraction of the cost it would take to replace those. So we're seeing a lot of successful conversions of buildings to veterinary use.
My name's Fritz Wood, and you're watching dvm360.
It is important for you to realize that the number one job of the practice manager is to make a profit for the clinic, and so that involves numbers. So where I would start is getting an understanding of the clinic budget. Chances are there is not a clinic budget, so that's where we're going to start. You're going to start to understand the profit and loss statements, you're going to start to understand the balance sheets and how it all ties in together. The second area that you're going to want to focus on is understanding the benchmarks. How much money should we be spending for staff? How much money should we be spending on the inventory? Electricity, the building funds, equipment. Where is our money going? That's going to be extremely important. So as a new manager, as this whole financial concept is brand new, it's going to be important that you start to educate yourself.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of The Five. If you have suggestions for future shows, email us at dvm360@advancedr.com. And for the latest news, medicine, and business information, be sure to visit dvm360.com every day. I don't know why you guys keep asking me to do this.